name is Ray and you're watching Ray of Books. Today's video is going to be the second part to our recommending graphic novels to each other. In the first part, we talked about our usual reading taste and why we recommended what we did for each other to read. And in this video, we're going to be rating each other's recommendations and talking about anything that we learned new about each other's reading tastes. And just in case you guys don't know him from part one, this is my fiance Gabriel, and he also has a YouTube channel, and I will leave it linked in the description box down below. So cutie. I pretty much was telling you how I was feeling about your recommendations as I was reading them, but you told me nothing. You were like dead silent. I didn't know if it was good, didn't know if it was bad, just would see you hunched over your laptop. So, on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you overall rate my recommendations?
Overall, I give it a solid 8 out of 10.
It's library school for you. To recommend stuff to people. And then out of all three of the recommendations, which was your favorite and which was your least favorite?
My favorite one was Scott Snyder and Stephen King's American Vampire. And I gotta say, if there's anything I love more than pirates, it's cowboys.
You're such a boy. Okay. So you said American Vampire was your favorite because you like cowboys.
Yeah.
Let's get this back on track. Oh no.
And my least favorite was Deadly Class. And despite it being set in San Francisco, and despite the art being amazing, I just felt like it didn't scratch the itch that I was craving with the mysticism or like the supernatural elements that I was yearning for. So I give it a solid 7 out of 10, which ain't bad, but
that's like a really good rating in like booktube standards. Like a 7 out of 10 means like you liked it.
Yeah.
And like you almost enjoyed it.
I almost enjoyed it.
You didn't like the whole like secret society school of assassin aspect?
Yeah, a little bit. I did enjoy that aspect, but I don't know. I thought it was like, okay, I wanted to like continue, like what's the point of this assassin school? Or like
I see what you mean. Yeah, I could see that. It's a strange build of a story.
Yeah.
But it's very gory, and I really like the gore. Like that was like my favorite part of Deadly Class is like the pure gore.
So now that I've told you how I felt, what are your recommendations, or how would you rate my recommendations? I
would give them a pretty solid 5 out of 10.
It's not even passing. Damn.
I mean, it's not great, but it's not horrible. It's kind of like. It's neutral. It's neutral. It's a neutral. It's like, you know, those books that you have to read for school and you're like, okay, this isn't what I would usually read. I'm not upset about reading this, but I read it. That's how I felt about it as a whole.
What was
I'm sorry.
Well, what was your favorite graphic novel and what was your least favorite graphic?
My favorite was definitely Witchblade, just because I'm a sucker for fantasy set in like the modern world, even though their modern worlds, what was it, like early 90s?
Yeah. Yeah,
it was early 90s. So that was cool. The story felt incredibly slow. And I remember when I was reading the first one, I was like, I feel like I'm reading softcore porn. There were so many pages where you had to like hold the comic up this way. And I was like, what in the centerfold nonsense am I reading?
It was the 90s. It was a different time.
Yeah, and I think as like a result, that's probably why altogether it's like a 5 out of 10. Because it was the 90s. And I'm like, I'm not here for this. But Witchblade was probably my favorite out of all of them. I'd probably give the first 4 issues that I read a 3 out of 5 stars. Which isn't a bad rating with me. It means like a meh.
Yeah.
It was a meh.
That's good.
Yeah. And my least favorite was DEFCON 4?
DEFCON, the Horcrux to my soul.
Yeah, I know, I'm sorry. It was confusing.
It was confusing?
Yeah, I have no clue what was happening. Like, the art was really dope. Like, the art was beautiful, it was stunning, the diverse cast of characters was super dope, but the story made no sense. All I remember is, like, someone was, like, a low-key nymphomaniac.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then there was, like, I don't know, it was weird. It was, like, time travel.
I will admit, that's why, I will admit, I did appreciate the comic for the art, but it does have a kind of, like, crazy out of pocket story.
Like, I literally
it does a lot. It does a lot.
It does a lot, and it does nothing at the same time. It was just bright colors and art. So that's how I felt about what you recommended. I still love you. It's okay.
I'll find a good graphic one day. One day.
We'll see how that goes. So now that we have rated each other's recommendations, does anything surprise you about my reading taste?
Nothing really surprises me, and I'm definitely, everything that you recommended me, even like the more fantastically imagined graphics that you have recommended, like Epic, Saga, like Saga, have been grounded in some sense of realism that haven't been like over the top cheesy or campy that's usually traditional with comic book art styles.
Oh yeah, yours were cheesy and campy. But it was the 90s.
It was the 90s.
It was the 90s. I hit you with some 2000s. It's the 90s. 90s, okay. Gotta remember it was the 90s.
How would you... Were you surprised by my recommendations, or...?
Not one bit. Like, they seemed very in line with your love of superheroes. Even though they weren't directly superheroes, they had the same build-up and the same origin story and the same kind of great responsibility thrust upon blah-de-blah character.
Yeah.
So, it was very much I like pirates and cowboys. Would you trust me to recommend graphic novels or other genres of books to you?
Of course. You definitely have a good taste in graphic novels, and even like my least favorite enjoyed book out of the three, I did enjoy to read because it was set in San Francisco and it was pretty.
It was pretty.
It was very pretty.
Deadly Class was pretty.
I thought so. I like the art style.
It is a dope art style. I would never say it's like gritty.
I thought it was pretty.
Joe Pirate, Cowboys, gritty, beautiful. Roses and concrete. It's what I need.
Would you trust me to recommend you comics ever again?
Maybe not if they're based in the 90s.
Yeah.
I feel like you'd probably be able to recommend something more current. And I think I was more expecting you to recommend things that were more in line with today.
I know.
Like, I was expecting like the superhero comic recommendation and not the 90s.
I was feeling a little bit nostalgic, and it was one like the few graphic, or most of my comic book collection are based in the 90s. So I was like, I want to give something I can hold in front of the camera.
Ah, the 90s.
Didn't work out, but
No.
I'll have better recommendations.
I believe that you could recommend a good. I believe in you.
Okay.
I have. Wow, I have faith. I trust you. You're a good man. And now that we've asked ourselves enough questions, we're going to ask you guys some questions. My question is going to be, when is the last time that you read something incredibly far outside of your usual reading tastes? And how did you come across it? What was it, and what did you think of it? Did it encourage you to read a brand new genre? Did it encourage you to broaden your reading horizons? Let me know in the comments down below. And what's your question, cutie pie?
And my question to you is, what is a graphic novel that you wish they never ended? And what were the elements that held you so captive?
When you say never ended, do you mean like the series ended?
Or the storyline ended?
Oh, the storyline ended. Okay. Once again, let him know in the comments down below. And that is it for this video. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed watching this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you would ever like to see or hear me babble about books ever again, please hit that subscribe button. If you ever want to see this absolute total cutie pie ever again as well, he has a YouTube channel where he talks about, what do you do?
I'm just talking about movies for now until this pandemic clears up and I can venture off into new projects.
Yes. And it's called Luck of Lucien, and it'll be down in the description box below if you did not catch me saying it in the beginning of this video. I hope everyone is doing well and taking care of their mental and physical health to the best of your abilities, and I hope you're all reading absolutely amazing and wonderful books. I will hopefully see y'all soon. Bye!